Hello YouTube, and welcome into the start of probably a very lengthy series of Valheim videos. I've been looking for a second game to add to this channel for a while, and frankly, when I started making Civ videos, the impetus was I love this game so much, I want to share it with people. And that's how I feel about Valheim. Now, Valheim is a very different game than Civ. It's not a 4X. It's not a strategy game, really. It's more of an adventure survival RPG hybrid. I liken it to EverQuest 1 meets Minecraft, which you'll probably hear me say a few times at the very least. But this is a fun, immersive way of losing yourself for lots and lots of time. It's a sandboxy kind of environment where there are certainly threats and challenges, but also opportunities to build and harvest and collect things and do all sorts of stuff. Now, if at any point during this playthrough, whether it's in this video or a following video, if at any point you find yourself going, you know what? I like this game. This game is for me. I implore you to stop watching what I'm doing and go and play it. Not a joke, not a joke recommendation. Seriously, stop watching what I'm doing and go experience Valheim, because I think that's where the most amount of joy that you can get out of this game comes from is just sort of, you know, letting yourself, like, immersing yourself in it, letting it wash over you, like just every little thing that you find that progresses the next tier. Like, there are so many moments of like excitement and joy in this game that I'm worried will be sullied a little bit if you've watched my entire series and learned all the things as opposed to experienced all the things. So truly, if this looks appealing to you, shut it down. Go and get the game. Check it out. It's an indie game. It's not super expensive. It's made by like 3 Swedish developers, and really is worth at least a look, if not some of your time. So without further ado, we're going to get into a game. We're going to create a brand new character, and we're going to jump into the world. I will be not necessarily speeding through the first part of the game, but I'm also not going to take my time through the first like phases of the game, which is something, again, I recommend that you do. You don't need to skip certain things. I'm going to skip certain aspects just in terms of progression. And I implore you to not do that. I implore you to explore every little nook and cranny of every new biome that you come across, and just truly enjoy the game. Savor it. Your first time through Valheim is truly a magical experience. This is my game of the year for 2021, and I can't wait to share it with you all. It is not a fully complete game. Last little disclaimer before we start here. You'll see that we've had Hearth and Home here. We have this little subtext. That is the latest update. It added in a lot of crafting things and home things, and you know, it kind of makes the name says it all. But there are multiple biomes, and we'll talk about what biomes are, but there are multiple biomes that are yet to be added to the game. It is not fully complete, but there's enough new in it with the Hearth and Homes expansion that I haven't played that this should be fun at least to explore a little bit together. And then later on this year in 2022, the full game should come out and you can enjoy it then. So let us get into some character creation. We had created me during the we did a 24-hour New Year's Eve stream, and we had created me, which I don't want to continue this character. I want to do a proper, like, let's have it be as concise and narrative as possible. The stuff from the 24-hour stream, like, you don't want to watch me play this for the first time at like 3 in the morning. So we'll start anew here, and we'll come up with our character, who we'll name TGM as opposed to the game mechanic, because we're super clever and cool. I liked that. I think I liked hair 4. I like my long braided masterpiece here. How about that? And we just do it. I think that seems good. Done. Perfect. A perfect new character. All right, so we're gonna be flying into a new world here, quite literally flying into a new world. These worlds are procedurally generated, so they vary every time. You can take other people's map seeds, just like you can in Civ, and you can recreate what someone else has done, or find yourself a cool seed on Reddit to play, or something like that. We'll just take a random seed and we'll start to enjoy it. New world. We want a new one. All right, so this is YouTube Let's Play 2022, I guess it is already. So that'll be our world. Very cleverly named. Very, very immersive. Very thematic. Let's go. Hello, Italian Otter. Hi, friend. Valheim's only 20 bucks to support the devs. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, good doggy. How's it going? Everybody meet my IRL friend, an Italian Otter. Please greet and love on my friend here. This is my, if you were watching my Christmas Eve stream, I got a text from a mysterious number, and it turns out that it was a long lost friend. And we have reunited our friendship, and it's glorious. So please say hello to my friend, an Italian Otter. Welcome in, Italian Otter, to the stream. Hi, Thomas. Hi, Laugie. All right. Long ago, the Allfather Odin united the worlds. He threw down his foes and cast them into the 10th world, then split the boughs that held the prison of the world tree and left it to drift, unanchored, a place of exile. For centuries, this world slumbered uneasily, but it did not die. As glacial ages passed, kingdoms rose and fell out of the sights of the gods. When Odin heard his enemies were growing once again in strength, he looked to Midgard and sent his Valkyries to scour the battlefields for the greatest of their warriors. Dead to the world be born again. In Valheim! All right, so Valheim. Valheim is a... we're dealing with some Norse mythology here. So we have the world tree, Yggdrasil. And there are, I think, typically 9 kingdoms underneath the world tree, and Valheim in the lore of this game is the 10th. So here's our bus into town as it goes. This awesome bird loving scene. Ooh, baby! All right, here we go. Crash landing. Crash landing. Oh boy, we're wet already too. Terrible. Terrible. What is going on with this game? All right. So, Hugin. We have Hugin and Munin. Let's talk to Hugin, see what he wants. Welcome to the 10th World Warrior. I am Hugin, sent here to guide you in your travels. The megaliths surrounding you are the sacrificial stones. They represent the Forsaken, which you must slay in order to ascend to Valhalla. Thank you. Thank you. So many things that I love about this game. We'll talk about them sort of as we experience them and as we start to experience the world. Just a little gander. Here are all the stones that were just mentioned. There's the world tree, Yggdrasil. And let's talk to Hugin yet again. Hi, Hugin. These magical stones were scattered throughout the land by Odin as signposts, pointing towards the ritual grounds of the Forsaken. If inspected closer, this one will reveal the summoning place of Eikthyr, your first prey. He is a mighty beast, so you need to properly arm yourself before even attempting to defeat him. So effectively, and you wouldn't know this, this is very much a here's what the world is. Now go explore. Figure out based on the breadcrumb that we've just given you, this Eikthyr stone, what to do next. We have a world map. This is a very large world, and we have to populate it ourselves. We have to create our own little custom tags and things like that. We have to populate the map all on our own. We can mouse over in the upper right-hand side of this map and see the various biomes that I already sort of alluded to a little bit. And all we're seeing so far are the meadows. The meadows being our first sort of newbie-friendly biome, one that we're going to kind of be speeding through, but not crazy fast, not super fast. But this will stay here as our sort of main little quest hub, as it were. And what I want to do here is register Eikthyr. And there's Eikthyr, not far at all away from our spawn point here, but there is much and more to do before we can even think about attempting Eikthyr. Oh, and we're back. This is basically your little quest breadcrumb sort of way of getting through the game. Take stock of your inventory. Most items are crafted. However, due to your recent departure from Midgard, you will have to recall the true shapes of all objects. Just pick things up, and it will all come back to you, I'm sure. My lesser brother, Moonin, tells me one can fashion a stone axe out of wood and stone. So again, little breadcrumbs. There are no literal breadcrumbs like you have in some RPGs, where it's like a guidepost to the thing that you're supposed to pick up and all that. This game trusts you to figure it out. It expects you to figure it out. And so even though we do have a little bit of a quest, there's no proper quest log. There's nothing to really tell us what the heck is going on at the moment. You can see things already in the distance. We have deer. There was a boar just now, and there are things to pick up. As we pick things up, we have a grayling as well, our first enemy, who we're going to have to punch. Boom. Boom. Boom! We got him. All right. Take that, Grey Dwarf. And you also just saw some skills getting leveled up. As we pick things up, we will get recipes. We will get all sorts of stuff that gets unlocked to us. And then you also see our inventory here. There are hotkeys. This is our armor class. This is our weight allowance. These are the stone that we just picked up. We started with a rag tunic. That's always good to not be naked. These are food slots. For eating things, food is very important in this game. As you eat, you get certain stats, stamina regen, health regen, etc. Food is not to be underestimated in this particular game. We also have our compendium here. We have our skills. As you saw, I just had 3 unarmed points because we punched a Grey Dwarf. Well done. We also have run skill, clubs, and blocking. We'll get more skills as we discover how to do more and more things. There are trophies throughout the game, which we haven't gotten any of, and this is to turn on PvP damage. You can play this game with friends. We will be starting a community server, but we're not necessarily going to be streaming via the community server. I'm gonna have this be sort of a solo playthrough so everybody can kind of follow along. All right, we just picked up some mushrooms. Mushrooms have the little food icon, and so we can eat mushrooms if we want to. A tasty morsel. You have found a snack. Consume it to improve your health and stamina. Be aware that before long you will grow hungry again, so always have at least a couple different meals ready. So as you see, there are 3 squares there, so we can have 3 different meals. And then we're off on our own. We have to start exploring. We need to find wood and stone in order to construct our axe. So here's a little bit more stone. We'll just start harvesting some ingredients that are available to us. We don't have any tools yet, so we can't really dive too deeply in on anything, but we will eventually make that stone axe that they referred to. You see my stamina in the middle there? I am often running, so that will often be draining. Oop, there's a stick. Give me that branch. There's our branch. Okay, so as you see, when we pick up things, new recipes pop up, which is cool. Hi, Valinsky. Me too, Rockhopper. I made a big error in the 24-hour stream where I didn't realize I could click that stone and find Eikthyr, and so we ran around forever looking for Eikthyr, like a real dum-dum, like a real dum-dum. Okay, so we have a little bit of wood, we have a little bit of stone. Let's pull up this. So when I press tab, that's what pulls up all of this stuff. That pulls up this screen as well as a rudimentary crafting screen. Most craftable things will get made at stations. That'll be a workbench. There's like a forge eventually. There are places to cook meals, a cauldron, etc. All sorts of stuff to find throughout the game. And in order to craft a stone axe, we have all the properties here. And we need 5 wood and 4 stone. So we've got our stone, but we need a couple more wood. Let's go ahead and find some of that. Was that 2 or 1? That was just 1. All right, so now, I'll pick up these mushrooms too. Boop, boop. All right, so now, I can make the hammer. Let's actually start with the hammer. Sorry, the stone axe is 5 wood. Because the hammer will allow us to build things. The hammer is a very, very important tool. And one that can be slightly confusing if you're not careful. I'm going to move this over to slot 5. But you can see that we just popped up a bunch of new recipes, and we have another little indicator here from Hugin. Hi, Hugin. You crafted a hammer. With this tool, you can raise mighty halls and towering fortifications. Start by building a workbench. This, in turn, will enable you to construct other things. Ooh, and we have some boar nearby. We don't really want to tangle with the boar. The boar can be friendly, but boar can also absolutely kick our butt. We have no weapons, no tools, really. So we're looking for a little bit more wood. I want to be able to craft this hammer. And then once we pick up once we hit 5 here, all I can really do is right click again. And now we have the builder menu. So you have various things that we can build, crafting, including a cooking station and a workbench as mentioned. And then there's also, yeah, I guess that's it for now. We'll get more. We'll get more. The hammer is a very important tool. We will use it a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. Is that not a... That's not a piece of wood I can grab? Shocking. Shocking, shocking, shocking. Okay. Whatever. Give me this one? No. Why can't I pick things up? Oh, because I'm stuck on the hammer. You might run into that as well. That could be a confusing thing, because I was stuck on my hammer there. I had already picked that up, and therefore was unable to sort of interact with the world. So if you find yourself unable to interact with the world, do what I just did and switch out of the hammer. So we will pick up some stones. Pick up some more wood. Ooh, give me that wood. All right, stone axe. We still are looking for a little bit more wood. Ooh, there's some raspberries. Got some more wood there as well. And there's a river. Hello, river. Oh, things are steep. Uh-oh, I'm falling. I'm falling. Woo. All right. Sprinting is a very important skill. If you start falling, try to sprint. If you're out of energy, good luck. All right. That gives me enough to make both a club. Actually, probably just the stone hammer. Let's go ahead and craft our stone axe, rather, not stone hammer. Stone axe. Valheim tip, when starting out, it's easier to forge and collect if you turn vegetation graphics to medium or low. Good to know. Good to know. If you turn down your graphics, you might be able to find resources more quickly. I like that tip. Thank you, buddy. So we're just picking up various things. Oh, and we've come across a little structure. So I will teach you how to deal with these little structures. First of all, let's explore. Is there anything in here? Sometimes there are beehives in here. That's one of the things we're looking for sure. But we have this random structure, and we will find many of those throughout. Lucid Numbers, thank you for the gifted sub. I appreciate it. So what we want to do with that is switch to our hammer, switch to our craftable view, and then build a workbench, which we need 10 wood for. So let's find 10 wood, and we'll come back to this. How much wood do we have? We have 3. I need more wood. I'm low on wood. Here, let's take our axe. And I think... no, those aren't choppable. This is choppable. Baya. Baya. Give me wood. So we'll axe this bush. And we'll come up with some wood. Got gifted a sub, gotta pay it forward. Thank you, Lucid Numbers. I appreciate that. Woo! And we have a grayling. Good news is we have an axe now, so much, much easier than just punching it. Oh, come back, grayling. Come back! No! Okay, got him. Woo! And we find resin from these. Resin is an important tool. It will help us create torches and other things that burn. And then we also have a birch tree. But it's too hard. I can't chop this birch tree quite yet. So there are many things in this game that are basically tier locked. I need a better axe in order to chop down this birch tree. However, this other, whatever this is, a beech tree, I can totally hack down. So eventually, as we progress the game and get a better axe, we can come back and get birch wood. There are various tiers of ingredients as well, and birch wood is a better one than the beech. But for now, getting a little wood from a beech tree seems good. Don't let the trees fall on you. The trees falling on you will kill you. It will straight up kill you. So you're seeing 2 damage markers here. And that's because I'm hitting the stump as well. So I'm hitting the stump as well as the tree. Why does that matter? Because the stump often has seeds in it. And seeds will allow you to replant trees. So as we take down trees, you can also plant a forest and regrow them. But mostly I just want some wood, so we hack it all down. There's a bunch of wood. Let's get a little more. And you can see the durability of our items. Actually, I'll put away my torch because we don't need it for right now. The durability is fading as we use them. Durability is definitely a thing. You can repair things at the workbench. Oh, hello. We can repair things at the workbench, which we don't quite have yet. Come back, Grayling. I wanna kill you. Oh. Is there going to be a mega base? There will eventually be a mega base. Is the tool or your skill level that determines success? It's the tool. It's the tool that makes this impossible. However, if I up my skills with like axes, I will do more damage and therefore harvest things that I can harvest more efficiently. So there's a combination of both, but what determines what you can and can't harvest is the actual tool. It's a good question. Yeah, there is a little house on the coast here, and this house has a beehive. This house has a beehive, which is exciting. And here we are. You can start to see the beauty of the world and the vastness of the world of Valheim. See off in the distance the lands that we can eventually explore and get to. Again, very, very, very large world, which is fun. But we found ourselves a nice little beach here. The beach is nice because we can go across, along the water here and find flint, as well as more stone, actually. Let's go ahead and grab this. But in shallow waters in the meadow, we should be able to find flint. Here's an example. Here's some flint, and that opens up new craftable options and things, or at least it should shortly. Maybe not quite yet. There's some more flint. Maybe chop down another tree. How many materials do we have? Oh, there's the seeds. So we did pick up some beech seeds from the stump. And we have a good amount of wood and a fair amount of stone as well. One of the things that we need to do somewhat early on here is create a rudimentary shelter. All right, now that we have some wood, let me show you what to do with these existing structures. So let's switch to our hammer and go to crafting and create a workbench. Now that we have the workbench, we can create all kinds of things. Hugin will probably tell us all about it. The workbench allows you to craft complex items as well as giving you lots more building places to construct with the hammer. But in order to use this workbench, we need to give it a roof. Hi, Amy. Welcome, welcome. So let's go back to our hammer. I don't want to create more of these, so I right-click again so that we can have all of these options available. Now you see many, many more options than we had previously because we have the workbench. So look at all this stuff that's popping up here. We can create all sorts of new things, but we need to give this a roof. So let's start with a couple of walls and then a couple little roofs. All right, and hopefully that's good enough. Indeed it is. Now we can use it. And this is a very important button. Click your repair button so that we can repair all the things. The torch is a limited life sort of thing, so you're not actually repairing it. You need to use resources. You need to use resources to keep up with it. We need 6 flint and 4 wood for our flint axe, which is already an upgraded axe that we would like to get. But first, we switch over to hammer mode, crafter hammer mode, and we use the middle mouse button to destruct and destroy all of this little shelter. We could use this shelter and set up shop, set up a little base, or at least a little a cottage to sleep the night. But mostly I just want all this wood. So we're going to use this pre-existing structure, dismantle it heavily, and pick up all the various wood that was used. And then we'll make our own at some point. But see all these lovely materials that we're getting, that the game made for us, basically. So let's do all that. You do need stamina to craft, so if you're trying to craft things, you're out of stamina, no dice. So you'll need to let things refresh as needed. Boop. All right, did we get all of it? Almost. So now we have a bunch more wood. And then we can get our crafting station back as well. Just make sure that you do the sides, like the roof and stuff, before grabbing your actual craft station. So, boom. That never existed. We have a bunch more wood. Life is good. Let's pick up some more raspberries. Pick up some dandelions. It's new. And also look for flint. You can see the sun starting to set, yes? So that's our first indicator here that like maybe we need to think about the night. Maybe we need to start to put our efforts into crafting a shelter similar to the one that we just dismantled. We could also just work through the night potentially. But that sounds a little scary. This game gets scarier at night. But I'm all about exploring and circumnavigating these islands. This game consists of just, it's like an archipelago, basically. No, you're great, Hero. I like that you guys are chatting. I'm gonna stay as focused as I can on explaining the game. What is this little tripod? Interesting. Here's a lovely village in the meadows as well. Here, this can be our shelter. We found it. Should we have marked those bees? Actually, let's go back for those bees and let's sleep in the bee house. Potentially. I'm also not super afraid of working the night. Is that treasure? I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is actually, Victorian. If you want to tell me, that's fine. But let's go back for the bees. If we are going to work through the night, let's eat a couple things. And try not to die. What is the red triangle with the red bar in the bottom left? That's my health. That is my health. And then to the left of it are our active foods. Where was the bee hut? Ooh, I see something on the ground, though. What is this? Just wood. Uh-oh. All right, it's too dark and scary. I don't like it. I don't like it. I want to sleep. I changed my mind. I don't want to work through the night. I don't want to work through the night. Nope. Why are you invalid? There we go. So we have to reconstruct our workbench. It is now cold. It is now dark. We can bring out our torch. Although not with this apparently. All right, so I am in the darkness of night. You should probably work on getting your first hut up faster than I have here. But it'll be fine. Where's my bed? Let's make a bed. Let's make a fireplace. And let's... Oh, bed too exposed still. Let's give it another wall. This is a very... We're gonna focus on very utilitarian type stuff. This is the perfect... Don't worry about it. We're on fire. It's fine. We stepped on our thing. All right. We sleep through the night. Glorious. Hi, Kevin. Welcome in. This looks like Fallout 4's build mode. It kind of reminds me of that too, Hero. Kind of reminds me of that as well. All right, so we've rested. We went through the night. What does Hugin want? We're on day 2. We chose the coward's route. Be wary of the weather. When temperature drops at night or if you are wet, you will suffer from being cold. This will reduce your stamina regeneration. We've already established that stamina regeneration is a thing and something you should be paying attention to. Seeking shelter by an open flame is your best option when this happens. Sweet. Where was that bee hut? I want some bees. I want some bees. Is this it? This looks like it. So let's dismantle this one similar to how we did the other one. There's a bird. We can't get the bird yet. We'll eventually get the bird. I will pick up your dandelions. All right. And then once again, we have to sort of continue. In order, and anytime you want to craft or deconstruct, you find yourself having to do this. Which really isn't that big of a deal. It's like 5 things you have to click. All right, and then now we can use our middle mouse button again. Destroy all this stuff. You see the beehive? You kind of want to unearth it. All right, the beehive is down. Those bees can hurt us if we're not careful. But now that we've dismantled it...
13
Physics! Physics! We took out all the supports, but not the roof. Laugi, thank you for the 13 months. Welcome back with that Prime. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello! New material, Queen Bee. This is excellent because queen bees, now that we've taken it, we can we can effectively domesticate this bee and start to harvest honey. And honey is a nice food source for us this early in the game. It's also an ingredient for other things later on as well. So let's pick up all of our wood again. All right. We've got a decent amount of weight tolerance. I don't want to go super far away from Eikthyr, but I also want to find a candidate for our first house, like our proper house. We created a little hut. That's not really a proper house. We eventually want to make a proper house. But what I want to do is put that house next to the Black Forest. So we're going to explore a little bit today, continue to collect ingredients. I will leave this here. And we will call it respite in case we need it. It's near enough to this that it's somewhat relevant to have it there. We'll just leave it. It's not that much wood or resources that we have to. There's our queen bee. The queen of bees. Huzzah. So let's circumnavigate this island and continue to explore a bit while grabbing flint, because I'd very much like a flint axe. Do we have enough flint for that? We do officially have enough flint for a flint axe. But flint will be useful beyond just the axe. So I sprint as often as I can so that we can up our run skill. The run skill is very important in this game. Basically, there's an old MMO term that gamers will probably know called kiting. And it basically means pulling a mob or getting it to aggro you and then keeping it at a distance while you like kill it with your bow or spells or whatever like that. We don't really have a lot of spells in this game. There are some, but mostly we kill it with bows and stuff. So kiting things down in the future will be a thing. So is this is something? Am I supposed to do something with this? Oh, skeletal remains. Found a skeleton. All right, I'm gonna mark this as pot. Like, is it a thing? I don't know if that's a thing. That might be a thing. If I define kite, then I should define mob. Mob is just an NPC that is probably going to kill you. I forget what mob stands for. What does mob stand for, chat? Yeah, that was Stonehenge. We can get a religion if we hang out there long enough. All right, let's grab this. Oh, hello. Nope. I want my axe. Come here, little grayling. This is the newbie area, so these aren't particularly threatening, although if you aren't careful, they absolutely can kill you. But they're a little skittish. Mob means mobile creature. Okay, there you go. Come on! I got him. And he drops resin for us. We'll grab some more flint. Like an Irish mob? I don't think it's like an Irish mob. But maybe. We want to keep an eye on our weight tolerance. Once we get kind of close to 300, we will need to kind of set up a more official shop than we have. Ooh, our first boar. First boar of the day. Boar gives us leather. Leather lets us craft some rudimentary clothes and more options here as well, including a raft, boar meat. Grabbing all this flint. There's another. Ooh, and there's bees here too. Oh, nice. And look, So the change in the trees. Take a look at the change in the trees here. See all this? Those are different trees than we have in the meadows, which means that this is a new biome. So here is the Black Forest. And I want to basically create some sort of home basically right here. Close enough that we will eventually be able to go into the Black Forest, but not in the Black Forest, because I don't want to have to survive the Black Forest. So first things first, let's dismantle this. Oh, broken. Our hammer is broken. So we must create a second hammer, unfortunately. But that's okay, we'll have a backup hammer. So let's create our workbench. God, this is like right on the Black Forest. This is a little sus. Slightly sus. Boop, boop. Give me a roof. I want the roof. All right. So now that we have this, we can repair all of our stuff, including that. And then we can take down all this stuff as well. So we switch back to our hammer. Middle mouse button. I'm just going to have the physics help us along here by removing all of the supports and then letting all of this fall once the game sees that it needs to, which apparently it's not. Hello? Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Why can't this beehive, it's hurting me too. I don't want to die to bees. I don't know what to do with this. Am I supposed to hit it? All right, we'll come back to that. Yeah, that beehive is stuck on this stump, and I don't like it. I don't like it. All right, so since we kind of have... I think this is going to be fine. This Black Forest looks pretty big based on what we can see. And so I think it's a reasonable spot for us to sort of set up shop here, start to gather the resources that we need from the meadows, and then go take on the meadows boss. And again, I'm sort of flying through this first intro area of the meadows. I highly suggest and highly implore you to take your time with it, enjoy it, let it all wash over you. It's worth it. But we're gonna skip kind of through. Punch the bees, not the bees. Not the bees. I'm still going to create a pretty janky little hut for us, but we can have it be slightly more reasonable than our last one. Like maybe we'll give it a door. No promises though. Actually, I like huts that you can kind of run through. So the double door. The double door is a nightclub in Chicago. I don't think I want that angle roof. There are multiple angles of roofs, so this is the 45-degree one, and you can have a shallower one here at 26 degrees. So we'll create just a little place for us to camp. Is this fine? It's not great. Is there a shorter roof? Or maybe this? There we go. Look! We made kind of a house. Beautiful. We did it. Double Door in Chicago closed permanently? Oh, well, the Double Door used to be a nightclub in Chicago. The Copper Hoe is a nightclub in Chicago. Nice. All right, we'll even give it a floor. We'll spend a little bit of time on this. Eventually we'll make a much cooler domicile. Actually, is there a hoe? Can I get a hoe yet? Yes, we can create a hoe. And also our flint axe. Does the hoe need flint? No, it just needs stone. Let's make our flint axe. Let's make our hoe. And then we can also make what is one of my favorite things, is the crude bow. So we need to find 8 leather scraps. We only have 1, which means we need to go boar hunting. We can also upgrade our items. And then over here, you're seeing this is the station level. Many stations have levels associated with them, and you need to level them up in order to do cooler things with them. So for example, here, if we want to upgrade our rag tunic, we need station level 2. But cool. All right, we have our hoe. We also have our stone axe. Let's leave that here. Oh, there's our raven. Hello, raven. What you want? You've crafted a hoe. This tool is used for landscaping. You could say it's the perfect complement to the hammer. Use it to clear ground and manipulate the terrain. It's easier to create buildings on level ground. I probably should have followed that advice before creating this building. However, we didn't. All right, so switching to our hoe on mouse number 4 here, and we have a couple options. We can level ground, we can raise ground, and we can also create paths. So first thing we can probably do is just sort of level our ground. It's close enough. There's some interesting physics things going on. Don't worry about it. And frankly, we will need a spot for our fire like this. Because you can get fully entrenched in smoke, and that will hurt you. But so since this is kind of a pseudo chimney, it's good enough. That bird lies. How dare you, Dave? How you doing, Dave? It's good to see you. Hi, section. I couldn't figure out how to make level ground. It's a little tricky. The hoe is a little tricky. Oh, I don't want to go into the Black Forest. It's too nearby. Raising ground takes stone. But you can do it. We'll just do an example of it like here. Boop. Okay, so that's obviously, to Dave's point, not super level, but we've created a higher base. And so now we can kind of get closer to what we want. But it's definitely a little tricky to finagle and to mess with. This is a poor setup for a chimney, because when it finally rains, it's going to kill our fire. But we'll cross that road when we get there. I don't want to spend too much time on this house. Let's just give ourselves a bed. And then let's go ahead and create a couple chests as well. Oh my god, there's the tiniest spot. Where is it? There's the
Thanks
tiniest spot.
for being a haven during COVID isolation holidays. Really appreciate you and this community.
Basket case. Oh, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the 5 months. Thank you for the value for value. And it's good to see you. I hope you're having a good Saturday. And I'm happy to be here. Thanks for spending so much time with us. All right, so we can take ingredients that we don't want and put them in this chest that we've created. I want to eat some honey. I want to eat all of these things. This is the only food I have available to us right now, so we kind of always want to keep that. We have a second hammer that we don't super need. We've got clothes. We've got boar meat that we can't do anything. We've got resin that we can't do anything. Flint we can leave here too. The seeds as well. Leather we kind of want to collect, so I'll keep that. And stone is heavy, so I'll just leave that here for now. Bone fragments are for later. Wood we'll keep because we're collecting it. Oh, and the queen bee. Let us use Beyonce here, shall we? Oh, we need more wood. Time to chop down some trees. We're doing so very close to the Black Forest, which is scary. The Black Forest will wreck us. All of the creatures in there. That is basically the second biome, and it is the tier above ours. This might fall, like, on my house. No, it didn't. Okay. Levels the ground relative to where you're standing. Yeah, that sounds about right. Sorry if you already said this, but for leveling ground, it's most efficient to level up from the highest point in your house. Exactly. Yeah, you want to start at the highest elevation versus pushing things down. It's a little wonky, but that's a good tip. Thank you, Amy. So you can see that we're doing more damage with this flint axe. It is a much better axe. Oh my God, that is out of the That came out of the Black Forest. So you sort of live and die by the risks you take in this game. And my risk of setting up shop next to the Black Forest is a pretty dangerous one this early on. And so we're being chased by this gray dwarf. That's actually a 1-up gray dwarf. That is a tier above a typical mob and from a biome that's a full level above us. So I'm just gonna run. I don't know that I could actually kill that without a bow. I might have to try. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to try. Oh dear. At least we have some food. I ate my food today, so we have some hit points to deal with. Oh my God, that hurt though. Whoo, baby. Okay. All right, we've done some damage, but they've also damaged us. I need some HP back before we can try to finish it. Why would you throw rocks at me? No. Please no. Help. I killed his tree. I guess so. I definitely did something wrong. I need a bow. This is super awkward. Hit points? Hit points, please? I gotta watch him for these rocks. These rocks will kill me. They're afraid of fire. Oh yeah, I do need to craft a shield this time through. There's some deer. Eventually we need to get at these deer. But for now, I just want to survive. But yes, they are afraid of fire. That's a good tip. I'm gonna wait till I have like 40 HP. And we're already losing sun. This day has flown by. Go to my campfire. That works too. It does work as well. All right. Let's see if I can bamboozle you. Oh, that's... Nope. Nope, nope, nope. All right. Campfire it is. Campfire it is. I gotta run away from this thing. It's so scary. And basically that thing heard me chopping the trees. One of the things I love about this game is the sound design. Oh God, and there's a boar. I love the sound design in this game. It feels like it matters. It feels like they force it to matter. I don't know if I have enough HP to survive. Oh. Normally this shouldn't happen in your game, but I am trying desperately to survive. You can die, and dying right here wouldn't be the most punishing thing in the world. We'll set our spawn point there as well. All right, we got the... Okay, is it running away? I will be okay with it running away. I think we tricked it. I think we finally lost it. Oh, thank goodness. I need a bow. If I had a bow, that thing wouldn't scare me. But it currently scares me very much. All right, so let's repair our stuff. Nightfall is almost here. There's probably not a lot more I can do with this particular day. I see something here. I don't So what if although I'm probably going to invite more dwarves. Because if there we go. There we go. All right. So before we go to bed, let's use our bees. And we'll create 2 little bee huts, little beehives. And then these will no longer hurt us and then produce honey from time to time. And honey is a valuable resource this early in the game, for sure. So you can hear the soundtrack change as we've moved to nightfall. So we're ready for another sleep times. It's not running away from me, but from something else. Okay, that's a scary notion. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. And actually, I don't know. Is this about the right length for videos? I think. Are the bees happy? Let's check out. The bees are happy. The bees are happy. And with that, let's end this first video. We have a little bit of a home here underneath the world tree. Did something just hit me? Okay. But we'll come back. We'll try to gather resources, make a bow in the next episode, and also maybe go take on the first boss. Should be exciting stuff. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of this series. Is there more or less of something that you'd like me to focus on and concentrate on? Just in general, curious about feedback. I love this game. I can't wait to share it with all of you all even more. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one.